Boy, it is great to see everyone. Welcome, Mr. Mayor. So glad you're here. I'm Tim Fisher, the Dean of the Law School. I've been Dean for 11 months and 7 days, and boy. That's right. And I love it. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to lead this great institution at such an exciting time in the history of legal education. I want to just share a few thoughts with you about what I see as the crucial strategies and path for the law school at this stage, and then I'm going to be very pleased to welcome our keynote speaker. After he talks, Bo Billingsley will entertain a number of questions and answers from all of you, and if at the conclusion you'd like to ask me any questions and we've got time, I'd be delighted, but I'm going to be here all evening. So, it's been a great year at the UConn Law School. Our students are doing better in jobs. Job placements are up. Our clerkships for federal and state clerkships are doing better than they have in years. Our faculty are getting rave review for their teaching, and their scholarship is getting national and worldwide renown. It's the things that we need to do well, we are doing great at. The energy on the campus is wonderful, and we've got a level of alumni engagement as reflected by your presence here today that really is something to be admired and that we're really thrilled about. So at the same time, this is a challenging time in legal education. Enrollments are down nationwide. Some of you know the numbers. In the last 5 years, the total drop in first-year enrollment is equal to the entire entering class of 40 law schools. So that's a challenge. That's a challenge for every law school. Every law school dean is thinking about that. But we are better off than the vast majority of the law schools in the country for a number of reasons. And first and foremost is just the strength of the school in the reputation of our teachers, of our students, and you, our alumni, and the great work that you've done through your careers. But also, as a state school, we're in a wealthy state that values education, and we're part of a rising university, and we're finding new ways to be interconnected with the rest of UConn, including basketball teams. But it's truly, it's a great opportunity for us, and we're finding new ways for our law faculty and our students to collaborate with other disciplines and find where the law is a crucial team player in advancing the other different opportunities the university has. But in any event, at a time like this, it's such a dynamic time, it's worthwhile to take stock on what are the things that we most need to concentrate on for this school to be successful in the years ahead. And I want to share a few of my thoughts on that with you before we move on to our keynote. And the first of those strategies is training the lawyers of tomorrow. And I have, over this first year, visited some 25 different law firms and legal departments around the state to talk to them about what are the attributes most important to them and the young lawyers that they hire or that they want their law firms to have on their teams. And what I hear is writing ability. It's a crucial communication skill, but it's also the acid test of a keen legal mind that anyone needs to do well in this career. But also I hear about practice readiness, that we can no longer expect our recent graduates to be subsidized for 2 or 3 years at a client expense as they learn how to be profitable for their employers. But I believe in that not just for that reason, but also because we all learn theory best when we're putting it into practice at the same time. And third is professionalism, that in the course of my career, as I hired young people, mentored them, and watched those that my colleagues hired, the ones that really thrived were the ones that had a level of professionalism and understanding of the responsibilities of a lawyer, where the client's life or liberty or their financial well-being depends on your work and the ability to handle the incredible pressures of our adversary system. We can't teach maturity, but we can help our students understand what lies ahead and give them more opportunities through externships, through their summer work, and through their clinical work to begin understanding what it's going to be like to assume those responsibilities. Second major strategy that I'm hoping we pursue is to be a contributor to the university as an engine of economic growth in the state. We have a number of crucial industries that are job creators here and will continue to be: advanced manufacturing, insurance and finance, bioscience, energy technologies. We at the law school, like the rest of the university, are contributors to the human capital of those different industries to help them put down deeper roots in our state. But we also have a role in the basic research. Just as the sciences, the STEM fields, help with some of the basic research that advances such matters as genomics and personalized medicine. By the same token, the law is a crucial element of that. Think, for example, about what the impact's going to be when we have pharmaceuticals that are tailor-made for your individual genetic makeup that will affect you differently from how they affect anybody else. Used improperly, that kind of scientific knowledge can be very dangerous, and it can be scary. Used properly, it can save lives. It's lawyers, and it's the rule of law and the discipline of law and our legal system that's able to create the guidelines that can make that kind of scientific advance safe for us as a society. Lawyers have to be on the teams with those other disciplines and moving those efforts forward. Third major strategy that I see for this law school is helping to build a healthier society. We in Connecticut face what I view as a great challenge in the decades ahead, that is a demographic challenge. Our workforce is aging, and the people that are going to be entering the legal market in the years ahead are going to be different from who they've been in the past. They're going to be disproportionately the children of families that have been in distress or in poverty. It is crucial that those young people be integrated into the knowledge economy for us to continue on a path of economic growth. The UConn Law School has a tradition of helping to structure the social safety net, but also the different systems that create social mobility that have made this country so great and continue to if we handle it right. Just in April, we had the 25th anniversary of the Sheff v. O'Neill decision. It was a celebration in this room. That decision has succeeded in creating a quality of education for the students of Hartford that is superb and is an enormous advance over what it had previously been. It has been done because magnet schools are causing families, parents in Granby, Simsbury, Glastonbury to want to send their children into public schools in Hartford to be educated because of the quality that's been offered. That kind of change occurs in the legal academy. It had started here. That's the kind of work that we have done and we need to continue to do. I want to conclude by talking about the efforts that we're doing in fundraising to move this school to the next level. We're going to be undertaking major gift campaigns to support 3 different programs. One is Centers of Academic Excellence. Many of you know that we have an insurance law center here, which is unparalleled in the Western Hemisphere in the quantity and quality of the teaching and the research we do. We want to replicate that in other areas where we have a potential for great national distinction, including energy and environment and international and domestic human rights, for reasons that those of you who are at the panel downstairs on media and human rights can understand what incredible faculty we have in that area. A second area is a student center. We have, as you know from walking around and looking out the window, about the most beautiful campus of any law school in America, but we're separated into 5 different buildings, and there's no natural gathering place indoors where our students and faculty can have the kind of informal interaction that is part of any real intellectual community. We have an opportunity to repurpose some of the space in our library building to create a student center complete with a cafe and a place where we're really going to have a single gathering place. So we're going to be undertaking that shortly. And the third is always scholarships, fellowships, and loan repayment assistance. We're lucky here. Our tuition for in-state is half that of competitive schools, and our rate of student law school debt is among the lowest in the country at graduation, but we can always do more. And we should never have a situation where financial need is what stops a qualified student from UConn Law School education. Finally, many of you are contributors to our annual fund, but we need more. We're, partly for reasons of tradition and lack of awareness, we have a relatively low participation rate. 12% of our alumni base is all that contributes to our annual fund. It's been getting only in the high 300s to about $400,000 a year. We need to double that. You've all been hearing from us. You'll hear from us some more about that, and we desperately need your support. That's the kind of thing that can enable us, for example, to hire a pro bono coordinator. We don't have somebody. We have Professor Everett, who does that in his free time, thank goodness, but there's so much more that we can do with that kind of support. So let me just say, I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to have this position. This is a beautiful school. It's a wonderful community of people. It's an incredible faculty, and I just can't think of a better place to have a chance to work. The school is strong, and we just see such a bright path ahead for us. So I thank you all so much for your support. I'm glad you're here, and it's wonderful to have you as part of the lifelong UConn Law School community. Thank you.